Hello guys, it's Mike from Chess Lifestyle, and today we are training 53 minutes of chess. And if you caught the last stream, which was around an hour ago, I just made a very quick vlog of basically prioritizing this training and wanting to make sure I get this training in. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that. And one thing I forgot to mention actually in the vlog was the reason why I'm actually starting the day so late and even tight for time in the first place. And the reason why is because I was up until 6 a.m. last night playing bullet chess. And it's been a while since I've done any bullet binging. I'm not exactly sure what possessed me to do this yesterday. I think it was a mixture of factors. But one thing I am proud of is that the last time I had a bullet binge, you can see I went from 2600 all the way down to 2450, which was very stupid. And okay, this time actually, I mean, it wasn't much better in the sense that I didn't allow myself to stop. I actually got up to 2590 at first, but then went all the way down to 2550 in the end. But I actually went even further down, right? I went down to maybe 20, low 2500s, and I had to play hard to get a lot of it back. But I think in general, I felt like I was playing better than this bullet binge a month earlier, and I feel like if I am on form and I'm focused, I reckon I have a chance to make 2700. Because I mean, if I'm tilting after 4 hours of chess at 6 a.m. And my drop is down to 2550, then I think 150 points is doable. So I know it's only bullets and it's not anything to be that serious about, but I've always enjoyed my bullet chess growing up, and I do care about it somewhat, and I think 2700 would be a really cool rating to reach one day. So I'll probably keep this up in moderation, but without further ado, let's get into some training for today. And I just wanted to share with you guys, this was my very small but satisfying lunch that I got at the Hong Kong diner. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, then check out the last stream where I just mentioned this lunch. But okay, let's do some more analysis. So what I want to do is I want to run a computer analysis, and while I'm waiting for this to load, I will do another exercise on chess mood, some more defense. So let's give this a go.
And here is our next example, where black is a very strongly attacking. Queen g3, rook h5, bishop f5. One of the threats.
Oh, and I'm realizing again my camera's in completely the wrong place. So let me move this. Let me go up here. Maybe this will be fine.
Says bishop h3. Our king is not in the best position. The question is the following: are we going for a defense like queen f2, or we can do something else at the moment? Pause the video and make your decision.
Okay. So we've got the clue as well that this is a counterattack exercise, and yeah, this is the other thing as well. Like aside from just grinding, let's say, bullet to get a higher bullet rating, ultimately I need to get stronger at chess as well, which is why I'm keen to put in this training. And I feel like over time with analysis and with exercise solving, you slowly but surely get better. So yeah, this is my plan. So okay, white to play. Right, the move rook a8 looks really strong. I mean, what is up with all of these exercises? I feel like there was another one we did the other day that looked similar to this. So rook a8, if rook takes a8, then queen takes f6, king g8, knight e7 is mate. So rook a8. Yeah, because ultimately their counterattack is not forcing with checks. So I think this is one thing I'm learning about like understanding the defense is like knowing like how forcing the attack is, like how quick is it. So I think this is just rook a8. Also, welcome Faz to the stream.
While queen f2 is a logical defensive move when we want
Hope
to
you're doing well.
At the beginning, opponent king is also not located very well. There is a beautiful tactic, rook a8. I'm uploading to you if you found it. Because here, after rook a8, what is mating? Queen f6 check. King g8, knight e7 checkmate. Turns out, black cannot capture. After rook a8, black is not on time to build their own threat. If bishop takes h3, rook f8, king g7, queen f6 is mating again. Turns out, black now needs to focus on the defense, and our counterattack works perfectly. If black here is going rook g8, queen f6 is the mating. It's so difficult to figure out how to play as black. After rook a8, if black is going king to g7, we are capturing. Rook f8, king takes, and can you calculate how white is winning now? Pause the video and do this.
I mean, it's literally just queen takes f6. If king e8, queen e7. If king g8, knight e7. So that's simple enough.
Example, if black is going knight to e6, we can still ignore the existence of the rook because there is a pin, and play queen f6 check, king g8, and knight e6.
Oh wow, queen f6 check here. I mean, I thought we could just go rook takes f8, because if knight takes f8, then queen takes f6, king g8, and again knight e7. So I think there are 2 wins here.
Queen f6 check. Then we are taking rook f8 first, forcing black to cap move, which we didn't review afterward. Pause the video and finish the game.
Okay, so bishop c8 is the best defense, and what to play? Okay, just rook takes c8 looks good enough. If rook takes c8, then queen f6.
Rook takes c8. Rook takes c8.
Okay,
queen f6.
Perfect. Let's do a quick quiz, and then we'll move on. And again, this is like, I don't know what like AI feature is being used to create these quizzes because they're just trash. I mean, like it's exactly the same. They just mirrored the board. I mean, that's nothing. I think I won't even bother to do the quizzes in future. It's pointless. But okay, let's have a look at this game. So I was playing with the white pieces. And I think this is the one I choked and drew. So this is going to be fun. The one that Faz was laughing at me about. So let's learn from this. Wow, b5 is that bad. Let me try and think why. What would I play here? Plus 1.5 already after b5. I was thinking maybe it could be like some knight e5, and if takes, then pawn takes, and then you take on d5. But the thing is, I'm not sure how that goes. Like, can't the knight just go somewhere else? I feel like it has to be knight e5. I don't see any other. I mean, a4 can be met with b4, surely. Yeah, I have no idea. Okay, a4 indeed is the move, and if b4? Ah, now knight e5. Wow. Because there's no time to clarify anything over here because we're hitting the knight. Ah, okay. And if they take, then I take with a pawn and gain the tempo and then win a pawn. Okay, so I actually win a pawn with a4. I did not realize that. So I guess a premature c4 b5 can be undermined if the knight is hanging. Okay, good to know. Okay, a4 is my instinct. Good stuff, Faz. Good job. Yeah, it wasn't my instinct at all. I just thought that b4 is always good for black, but I didn't realize knight e5 then is so strong. Okay, so we then develop. And again, I get like a +1 advantage out of nothing. And castling is very bad. Knight g5 is indeed what I played. Queen d7, yeah, this is just like close to being over. h6, I've just put the knight back. Nothing else to do. And okay, maybe this is a little bit timid because, you know, I could keep those attacking pieces on and try and play for the attack, but okay, this is still fine. Oh, and f4 is no good. Yeah, it was d4. I remember I missed this in the stream. So I guess knight f3. My problem was I can't have time to play knight d4 and f4 because as soon as I play this, then they take, right? So, but I guess maybe the point is that knight f3 is always defending this pawn, and there's no way that black adds another attacker. But I guess I'm actually not so happy with this position. Like, I don't really know what my plan is. Like, whereas black can play for, like, an attack on the G file. Maybe with a timely pawn sacrifice. So maybe it's actually wrong of me to enter into trades like this. Shows that knight h4 is also strong. Yeah, knight h4 looks a lot better, to be honest. And just try and bring the other knight in as well. I mean, playing moves like knight g6 feels so risky to me. There's no king h7 because knight takes f8 is with check. But yeah, what about a move like this? Bishop c8. Knight f3, and you're just in time. If you had to play some random nothing move, then probably we're lost, yeah? So these things are like very like tempo dependent. You got to be careful when chucking a knight into g6. But I can understand why this is good then. Yeah, I just need the confidence to go for that rather than just enter this trade. So if knight f3, what if they play king h7 and play for this plan? Rook 8 d1, rook g8. g3 is the way to deal with the pressure. Wow, as calm as you like. Weakening this light square diagonal, but I guess, yeah, there are no other pieces that can join. And then you play king h2 next. Okay, that's good to know as a potential defense. Oh, I was screaming for knight f3 to be played at some point here. Damn. I mean, you have to a4 to open the a file, possibly move the king to h2, defend g2 pawn. Yeah, so it looks like Engine likes g3 Faz, instead of just defending the g pawn with pieces. I guess if you end up playing g3, one move I might be afraid of is like, can they eventually push f4? But I guess, yeah, you just move the king out the way and there's not gonna be f4. Okay, if white's allowed to play knight d4, then it's lost. But I mean, when? Because surely black can take this pawn whenever the knight jumps. So I'm not sure how exactly we defend this, but I can see how this is strong. I guess, yeah, the queen is stuck to g7. If the queen moves, then knight d4. But how do we actually make progress here if we just shuffle? I don't know, just play bishop c6. Queen h4. Knight d4. Anyway, so why can't they take the pawn? Because queen e7. And rook g7 would hang. Queen g7 picks up the e6 pawn. Okay, so there are some tactical ways to get in knight d4. And as we can see, f4 is the next move if black is not taking the pawn. So yeah, this is a very nice conversion. Yeah, man, this is no good. Yeah, I get the queens off, but I'm hanging my f4 pawn. That was the thing I missed. So yeah, it was quite a bad choke, but then I managed to somehow turn the tables. Yeah, I don't really know. I got this fork in, right? This was where, and I somehow managed to choke this, right? So in my head, I'm thinking, why didn't I just put the rook behind the pawn and just start pushing my pawns? So that's what I did. Okay, I push a4. I start pushing this pawn. And here, yeah, I remember what happened. But what I should do is just play rook e8 and on check. Maybe even just use the king to blockade and promote next move, right? I think this should be fine. What enough did I do? Bishop c6, and I queened here. Yeah, which is fine because after this check, I should just move the king, and this is utterly winning. But instead, with 16 seconds on the clock, I just panicked and took the pawn, which, then gets me playing rook versus bishop instead of, rook versus nothing. So this was just a really bad instinct, which is quite shocking, to be honest. But yeah, I guess maybe one thing to keep in mind is that whenever I'm playing against just a single bishop, I should have more confidence that my king is not going to get out-muscled. Like, it's on a dark square, it's going to be fine. So yeah, this was pretty insane to choke this. Yeah, and then I mean, the thing is, I can still lose this position, right? If I don't, if I just lose on time, which is very possible. I have 12 seconds, so this position is actually winning. King f3 is so cute. But my opponent then blundered anyway with this move, and of course I should be playing king e4. I mean, I think at the time when I played this Chessable Grand Prix, I hadn't been playing much online chess at all, and my speed, my instincts were just very slow. So I think if I had 11 seconds, currently, I would win this every time, because I think, I've been playing, some more bullet. I feel like I'm sharp. Even with 11 seconds, I would find this. But yeah, I was just... I think also because it was the first Chessable Grand Prix, and I was very stressed with getting enough people as well to participate, my head just wasn't in the game at all. So, yeah, some unbelievable mistakes played here. And surprisingly, this is actually still winning. But then this is a draw. Yeah, crazy. And did I actually manage to get a chance to win? No, he defended this pretty well. I don't think he choked this. Yeah, and then repetition. Yeah. Okay, well, we learned something in the opening about this a4 push on a premature b5. We also learned that, the g-file pressure isn't so bad if you play g3, king h2. We also reminded ourselves how we can blunder in clearly winning positions. So, okay, good effort. Yeah, pretty despicable to lose that, or choke that. It feels like a loss. Okay, let's analyze this. Let's do another chess mood exercise. Yeah, what is Fast saying here? Yeah, that's what I was saying, it was a hard choke. Yeah, crazy. After e3, I was expecting king e1, yeah, to blockade the pawn. Yeah, just terrible chess, terrible chess.
Thinking, how can we use a prophylactic?
But this is actually like the kind of chess I want to improve. I mean, I feel like, there are obviously huge flaws in my style as a player, huge flaws in certain abilities, but it's kind of this level of competence that I would really just like to get on top of. And I understand that this is something that you can't ever completely get on top of. I mean, we're only human. But there are for sure players who are more consistent and some players who are much less. And I want to be a consistent player. This is something that matters to me. It's I think competence is something that I really value as a person. And I hate being incompetent as a player. And these kind of errors are extreme levels of incompetence, because a player of my level should never be making those mistakes. So I think that's the kind of area that I am working to improve on, as opposed to switching up my style, or even if that could help, right? I just want to basically master these basics. And I think with my current skill set and ability and style, I think if I master these basics, I reckon I can reach my online goals of this 2700 bullet and 2600 blitz. I think it's possible, but I really need to improve on this. Which is why, the game analysis is being done, exercises being solved, and trying to play more online chess. This is the holy trinity if you will. Wait, so I don't think we've had the briefing from
And here we go.
Gabuzia.
Now you're thinking, how can we use a prophylactic and tactic at the same time? Okay, that's the question. Black here wants to go pawn to b4. Open the file, king will get under very strong attack. We need to prevent this. How are you going to make it? That's already a question to you. Pause the video and...
Okay. So yeah, b4, continuing the pawn storm is the problem. White to play. Knight d5 looks good, because you cover b4, and also if bishop takes d5 and queen e8. So that looks very simple.
And make it. Would like to knight to d5 tactic trick. We can play after knight d5, for example, let's say pawn b4. After press thinking about this, we can use the tactic per game, use certainty, our next example.
Okay, very nice. So let's see if this is analyzed. Good, so actually this was a lot more of a calm game. I'll take that 11 center pawn loss. And let's have a look. So okay, this was a Gurgen, it's a modern, it seems. So Fast says, you have a strong discipline, you'll get there. Although the knight d4 and e5 sack ideas should be considered from positional standpoint, good knight versus bad bishop. But the thing is, I don't know if there's ever a point where we can sack the pawn. I mean, the only case where we saw that the pawn sack was strong is if we have queen e7 check, picking up the bishop. So it was always tactical, finesse to make knight d4 work. But yeah, for sure, no, I think knight d4 is a move that I understood at the time, but I just couldn't see a way to make it work and kind of gave up on it too soon. So maybe the giving up aspect is something I would need to work on. But yeah, I think discipline is definitely a strong suit of mine, which I think is what I need to keep believing in. Because for sure it's not a given. I don't think I like to put in discipline, but it's kind of like I've got a strong pain tolerance to both physical and mental pain. So it's even if I don't like doing something, I can just suck it up and do it, because I'm not gonna whine about and be a bitch about it, right? I'm just gonna get on with it. So I think this is where the discipline stems from, and why it's a strength. But yeah, okay, what happened in this game? So I took on e4, get this structure, yeah, and in this position, now there's no rook on f1, I don't have this b5 tactic. If we have this position here, where actually, I'm suddenly confused. When is it this b5 queen b3 tactic that's annoying? I think that's later actually. I think we can play knight a6. I'm so confused. Did white lose a move? Or did I lose a move? Because this is a slightly different move order. h3 hasn't been played. h3 hasn't been played. So if h3 was played and we get this position, then I know b5 is this trick where basically we get the exchange. So this is a trick, but yeah, there's no h3 being played, which means I do have bishop g4, but I actually don't like to play bishop g4 in such an open position. So okay, that's the difference. They end up playing queen b3, but it's no problem. I now have time for queen d7. And I go for this b5. I guess b5 is playable. Maybe another move that I would typically play is rook f8. Yeah, top move by Engine. I'm not sure why I didn't play this improving move first, but okay. And b4 is slightly incorrect. I guess I'm a little bit nervous of takes and takes, which is why it's suggesting rook a8 as a move. How does this position follow? Bishop f5, and then we. Yeah, I'm actually not so sure if I like having this tension. It feels like it's more of a liability than a strength. If I'm not able to push forward, so maybe I should just play with rook e8, play with h5, and yeah, wait for this opportunity to play f5, f6 when this knight moves. Maybe that's going to be better. Yeah, I wasn't provoked to play b5 at all. But okay, fine. So we get a slightly worse position now, but it's still okay. Yeah, and he blunders here, right? It's I've got a very solid position, and okay, the queen trade is wrong. Wow, bishop takes b3. Just take the rook and bishop against the queen. I guess, I mean, this is just complete proof that it's so solid. I mean, g4 was my first instinct, and yeah, g4 is top move. Yeah, it feels like we're really risking a lot. I mean, queen d6. We're still a pawn up, so I'm surprised that this is just equal. I guess my knight is like having some problems. c5 was good. Yeah, it's crazy how much better of a game this one was played compared to my last one. Yeah, and again, maybe rook c7 is just a bit too passive. I did sense some danger though, right? There's some danger on this rank if the knight can come in. Yeah, so this was decent, but then yeah, unfortunately this endgame is just a draw. But again, this is the type of position that I'd like to grind out against anyone. Like I would like to have the speed and I was trying to trick him, right? I was trying to hope that he blunders his rook by accident, and I was slowly grinding him out. He had 9 seconds, I had 13, but yeah, just not enough. So okay, a decent game overall. Maybe this moment was a place I could have improved. Rook c3. Yeah, again trying to get active here. If king g2, I guess there might be some f4, knight f4 stuff. Is knight f4 not the move? Knight f4 is a move. I saw it flash up for a second. Wow, h4? This move makes no sense to me. Because now knight f4. I see. Okay, so look out for this f4 square if white plays these weakening moves. Okay, fair enough. But yeah, solid game overall. Not too much to improve on there. Let's see what chat is saying. So Fast says, I think even a full pawn sack, so this is in the last game, is fine for white with f4. At least white has easier play for practical chances, may even be objectively good. It's clear our middle game styles are different here. Yeah, absolutely. But I'm very curious. I want to see this. Like, how to make this work. Yeah, so at this moment, we were looking at this knight f3, and we're saying if black just builds up their pressure, and we defend, like, are we able, let's say in this position, for instance, play knight d4. The bishop goes back, somewhere they need to defend e6. Oh, well, okay, actually you're gaining the bishop with tempo, right? So what's a better move? Let's say bishop c8 or something. Is knight d4 possible here? So play with f4. And the thing is, yeah, I'm just not a fan of this pawn sack because I don't really see like the play we've achieved. I mean, for sure they've got this bad bishop, which is why white still has a plus. But I think it's still a pawn that I wouldn't be willing to let go of. I mean, maybe there's some potential to play on the king side, right? Like if we can double these rooks and eventually break g4. But the thing is, yeah, I don't like being a pawn down. Yeah, so just different styles for sure. Fac says, I know what you should do is to play a winning position against Stockfish with less than a minute on the clock. That's a nice idea, actually, to see if I can convert it. I mean, the only downside of that is you basically train your intuition in a more robotic way because you're basically dealing with a computer's resources as opposed to a human's resources. So I think the better thing to do is to just train these positions against stronger players, which is why I think actually playing Bullet can be useful in this aspect, like converting positions under pressure against 2700s. This is nice experience, right? But yeah, definitely worth considering as an idea. Yeah, I would be scared to sack the queen like that. It's crazy. Yeah, as an idea to make it work is something maybe I should consider. Yeah, I wasn't considering actually sacking the pawn. So yeah, maybe, yeah, it should at least be something on my mind. So okay, let's keep analyzing. Let's do one more. And let's do one more exercise. I know these are a little bit too easy for my level, but I still want the practice. Like, my defense is really that bad. So okay, Queen H2 is the threat. White to play. Knight G4 was my first instinct. I was then thinking of like Queen F2, Queen takes F2, and Bishop D4 kind of stuff, but it's just not working. I mean, it's almost looking like we have to play the move H3, because G3 there's just Queen takes G3. And there doesn't seem to be any counterattacking moves, there doesn't seem to be any moves that trade. So okay, if we play H3, what does black do? Maybe H3 they play Knight G5? It's either H3 Knight G5 or maybe H3 F4 to try and activate the bishop. H3 Knight G5. Oh wait, I just seen a way to mobilize to the defense. We've got Bishop D4. Because Bishop D4 check, if the king moves, you go Bishop G1. And if Bishop D4 check, Queen takes D4, then Knight G5, Knight B5 is working with the fork. So Bishop D4 definitely feels nicer. I mean, if we play H3, then Knight G5, it just feels like we're still getting attacked. So Bishop D4, is there any other move they can try? C5, just en passant with check. Yeah, that looks much nicer. Okay, Bishop D4 is my answer.
Black is attacking again in our king. Queen H2 is the mating threat. We would like to keep our king's pawn structure safe, but it's very difficult. How to...
G3 is instinct with Queen G2, right. So G3, Queen takes G3, and just Queen G2 just trying to hold that and be one pawn down. But yeah, Bishop D4. Okay, good job, Fac.
Defend it on H2. If we suddenly go G3, black can even capture, the H file is open, so there is a pin. Initially, if we're trying to defend with H3, yes, we defend for a second. However, black can go knight to G5 or even pawn to F4, open the b, bring the knight.
The two attacking ideas.
It looks very dangerous. We don't want to play a move like H3 because it's weakening the structure again. How to defend is my question. Pause the video and find a beautiful tactical maneuver. We would like to locate one of our pieces on G1 to defend. Queen is not on time. However, bishop will be even a better defender because if G1 is little passive for the queen, it would be amazing square for the bishop. How can we go there? Through this diagonal. Okay, black king is on A7. But safe and solid. I hope
Yeah.
you like this example.
Very nice, very nice. Okay, so let's analyze some more. So how did we do on this one? This one we got absolutely wrecked after the opening. So let's see what went wrong. So it was a Dutch. Yeah, and I think here I've been debating like sometimes bishop d3 with g4 ideas. Sometimes I try it with bishop e2. So I went with bishop e2 this time. I went for my g4 push. And normally I find this position quite okay. And wow, I've actually got a plus 0.9 advantage here with queen b3. So how does that work? I guess if queen b3 and king h8, then we could go takes and then knight g5. Because on d5 then we've got knight e6. So queen b3, probably then they need to block d5 immediately. We can still take, play knight g5, but then they're in time to deal with it. Play like queen e7 or something. So yeah, let's have a look. Why is this so strong? If king h8, knight e4, if pawn takes e4, knight g5, and knight e6 is coming. Yeah, so if d5 then? h4 here, right. So in this position, if I start with h4, what's the problem with this? Knight df6. Okay, fair enough. So we want to play queen b3. Only now h4. And what if they go knight df6 anyway? We take, they take, and we go knight e5. Right. Revealing the bishop, pressuring g6 as well. Yeah, this looks really nice. So d5, provoking d5 can give us this e5 square. That's interesting. Right. So yeah, I've had this situation a lot where basically I play g4, they don't take me, and then I just take on f5. So I need to remember in this position is the plan should be to try and play for h5, and what can be useful is trying to provoke d5 so that I can move the knight to e5, where it's going to be ideal and open up this bishop to support h5. Okay, that's pretty nice. So I'm glad to see that I got something out of the opening. I still go for this plan. Yeah, and then and allowing this bishop trade was bad, huh? I think I was scared of just the f-file opening up if they took with the f-pawn. But it looks like I can still play h5 and I'm somehow faster. Like, what if they play rook takes f2? Oh, I've got bishop c4. I didn't even see this. Right. And actually, even if I don't have bishop c4, I still got taking on g6. Which might be better just because of the fact that I still keep this threat alive. So they can't, like, recapture or something. But yeah, definitely had something here. That's a very interesting one. So knight e4, pawn e4, and I don't have to worry about rook f2 immediately because of this check. Yeah, good to see. Yeah, and after trading off the dark square bishop, then I've really got no attack. And wow, I even took with the rook, which feels completely wrong. Because now I don't have any attack, like I should just take with the pawn and fix the h pawn. Don't really know what I was thinking here. Yeah, and this is even bad just because tactically bishop h6 is strong. I mean, positionally it's bad as well, but now it's just really bad. And I tried to have a little something, but I think my opponent just converted the position very nicely. And okay, I tried to hang on for a bit, but I'm playing with the worst minor piece, and I'm also down a pawn, so it's like really hard. But okay, this is actually fighting back apparently. Yeah, actually, that's a really nice configuration to put the knight on d3 defending the b2 pawn, so that there's no bishop c1 stuff. And now the pawn is actually quite weak. That would have been good to see. Yeah, and like the all the pawns are on one side of the board except for that g pawn. So if I can even win it, that would be really, really nice. Yeah, I also had no time this game as well. You can see I've got like 2 seconds already. So, well, when did I burn all my time? So here we're like relatively level, and then, okay, I took 30 seconds over this, which is like probably just feelings of tilt. But yeah, interesting to see some of these motifs. So Queen B3 was the first one. This was all good. Even H5 immediately is good. Yeah, I mean, actually, there's probably no rush to castle, right? Just get an H5 while I can. Looks pretty strong. And do I keep attacking or... Okay, castling is still okay. Queen D1. Nice. Bishop H6 also nice. Yeah. So, okay, it looks like actually playing the structure with the bishop on E2 is definitely playable with these eventual ideas of pushing H5 once I've engaged in this capture. Yeah, looks like a good line. Okay, good to see that and check out these motifs. And it's like even if like I forget, right? Like these motifs, it's like every time you look at it, and if you keep playing the same structure, you get one step closer to actually finding it, right? So this is important. Okay, so that was actually all of the defensive tactics from Chess Mood. Let's finish off these test positions. I think these were test positions from the start. So let's give these a go anyway. I think this will be good to do.
Champions?
Burning time over tilt is a bad habit that I have myself, admittedly. Keeping emotions in check and playing the best move regardless should be practiced. Exactly, and this is actually some advice from Alekhine. I don't know if you heard of this, Faz, but Alexander Alekhine said very famously that when you blunder in chess, the most important thing to do is on your very next move, you have to play the best move in the position. Not second best, not third best, but the very best. And if you do that, you actually discover that sometimes there's actually a lot more play in the position than you think, because if you're just tilted about the fact that you blundered, then you switch off to finding resources. So yeah, Alekhine's advice is the phrase that I teach my students. Really, really important one. Yeah, of course, very difficult to do in practice still. Okay, so let's try and solve this. So what's the current threat? I mean, is it really that scary? Like bishop takes h6, pawn h6, queen h6? I guess the idea is to play rook e3, rook g3. Bishop h6, pawn h6, queen h6. So if we play a nothing move like a6, they go rook e3, then probably it's already lights out, right? There's nothing much to do to survive. So bishop h6, pawn h6, queen h6. We have a move to play, and we even have a move right now, even. So the question is, do we want to stop this attack completely? Or do we even just allow it? Also, what do you guys think about the Dubov-Hans Niemann match that is taking place later today? And yeah, any predictions? For the record, I think it's just so stupid. This whole match with the whole lie detector test as a punishment, like it's just ridiculous. I mean, both Dubov and Hans Niemann are clearly strong players. I mean, as you could see by the Aeroflot Open, I mean, Hans even played a better tournament than Dubov. I mean, well, what's the point of this match? It's like, oh, we're gonna like catch a cheater kind of thing, but it's like 99.9 million% sure that there's there's no cheating involved, right? It's just so stupid that they're still trying to milk this. Like, part of me would be very curious to see what happens if Hans actually went on this lie detector test and lost this match against Dubov. But at the same time, I just don't think it's healthy. I think I would probably prefer Hans Niemann to win, and then hopefully he has some good question for Dubov to answer. That just puts like an end to this like stupid clownery from everyone. That's my feeling. But okay, what would I actually play here? Oh yeah, and the name of this stream is because I actually have a chess tournament on Tuesday, so I'm excited to play in that. It's a rapid tournament in KL, so that's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, honestly, I would probably play a move like Rook E8. Like, bishop takes h6, pawn h6, queen h6, maybe just knight h7. I feel like it's okay. Or maybe even I go like rook takes e1, rook takes e1, and then knight h7. And if they try and lift with like rook e3, then just play queen f6, right? I'm saying bishop h6, pawn 8. Sorry, I'm saying rook e8. Bishop h6, pawn h6, queen h6. Rook takes e1, rook takes e1, knight h7. Just do like a big trade. And say that we're up material. That would be my thought. Army of the Dog, welcome to the stream. Go player here. Yeah, good to have you. Have you watched the anime Hikaru no Go? Because this is absolutely epic. Yeah, free the B plug. Exactly. I still can't believe that was actually taken within mainstream media, which really puts into perspective how stupid these Western media sources are. You know, like all of these reputable sources like The Guardian and The Times, it's just a load of nonsense because as soon as you hear their reports of a field that you actually have expertise in, like chess, then you realize how garbage their reporting skills are, right? And then you start to realize that, you know, all of these reports about certain things happening in the world, they're just completely skewed and completely crap, right? So you've really got to like work things out for yourself and not take anything at face value. Like, I mean, the fact that they literally took a joke from Eric Hansen on a chess bra stream and it just became like, you know, worldwide sensation is just insane. It's just insane. Yeah. Oh, self-taught fast? Okay, you can tell yourself that, you know, you came up with something that a world champion came up with. But yeah, of course, it's something we all have to self-teach ourselves. I mean, it's such an important piece of advice. Yeah, honestly, Dubov and Niemann, they're so volatile as players. Like, it's really a 50-50 toss. Yeah, take the information with a grain of salt. Yeah. Let's have a look at what.
If you remember in this position, the question was following. After bishop takes h6 move of our opponent, how are we supposed to react? Pause the video and make it.
Oh, okay, so it's from bishop takes h6, so I don't have time for rook e8. But yeah, my instinct would still be to play like pawn takes h6, queen h6, knight h7. This feels like a good way to try and defend. Yeah, let's have a look. I think this looks good.
The thing is, bishop on h6 is taking our important pawn around the king. If we don't accept the sacrifice, we need to have reasons for this. Looks like after pawn takes and queen takes, white is not making right exactly on the next move. Yes, white has the ideas, but here we apply another knowledge. We think about mobilization. And it's very powerful to put the knight on h7, which will defend the king on the h5.
Nice.
Also, this opens the way for our queen. So we are on time to defend. Let's say rook d3 or rook e3, we can play here. Queen to f6, notice not to g5 because there will be rook g3 move. And after the check, we can go king to h8. Even though we have 2 pawns,
this is what I'd see.
We are on time to defend and we kept the extra piece. So accepting the sacrifice with this reasonable maneuver was the right decision. Let's now go ahead and see the next example.
Okay, perfect. So let's go and see the game. Oh, did I forget to click analyze? I did. Okay, let's do another. Let's do another test position, then.
Do you remember this position, dear champions? At the moment, opponent has all the army on our king side and trying to attack. We also have some potential attacking chances here with a 5 a4 ideas. But is that the best or is not is the question? Pause the video and think about it.
Okay. Okay, you have to go, Faz. No problem. Thank you for tuning in, and yeah, hope to see you again on another stream sometime. Okay, so honestly, my feeling would just be to play like King G7, and if White were to try like H4, H5, then maybe King G7, H4, Rook H8. And try and plant a rook on h5 and hold that position. My feeling is that this a5, a4 is somehow a bit slow because our pieces aren't quite coordinated to conjure up something. So if we play King G7, Rook H8, I feel like it's kind of safe. I also don't think White can ever play f4 because on e takes f4 we unleash our bishop. Feels very risky for them. I think King G7, Rook H8 is how I try and defend this. Okay, see you, Faz.
Now, if we're trying to go a5, White's attack is also very fast. They go on with h4, a4, h5. Turns out that White is creating the threats a little faster.
Yeah.
Whenever we take on b3, White can take with the c pawn, and the rook will start defending on a2. So prior to going for our attacking ideas, we need to prevent opponent's one. If here at the beginning you thought about prophylactic idea of King G7, and after h4 to go rook h8,
let's go.
Now we are on time to prevent all of opponent's attacking ideas. Black rook can go to h5 at any time. Let's say White goes rook h2, rook h5. All the threats are defended. For this reason, Black is stopping opponent's game, and now the ideas of h5, a4 will be very strong. Also, let me mention, if here White tries to go Queen G4, hoping to use the pin and capture on h5, it's not a big threat. We can go King to h7, and again, everything is pretty much defended. So, with the prophylactical ideas, we're preventing opponent's counterplay, and then going for our own attack. Now,
beautiful. Okay, nice. Let's analyze one more game, and probably this is the last one, and then I'm gonna have to call it a day and teach some lessons of my own. So let's have a look at the overall graph. So actually, this was a pretty decent game from me. That's quite a surprise. Okay, I was playing a 1600. But yeah, let's see how this one went. So we got this classical. Yeah, I don't mind playing this Queen b6 because I know that Bishop e7 is not a good move and people are really tempted by it. Yeah, looks fine. Looks fine to play. Oh yeah, and they just dropped the pawn. So they should always play like knight e2 and then I go c5 and play continues, right? So, okay, fine. I managed to win some material. I managed to then trade and then, okay, it's already over. Okay, that one was very short-lived. Maybe I can squeeze in one more. Let's do another test position real fast. Get in that extra practice.
champions, in this position, opponent is very strongly attacking on g2. All black pieces are aiming on our king side, queen can join, and we are in a tough defending conditions. What will be your idea here for White? Pause the video and think about it.
Okay. So can we counterattack? Is there any way we can bring our pieces in? Don't really see it. Can we trade off some of these attackers? That would be really nice as well. What about a move like Bishop e4? Bishop e4 is kind of clever because if Bishop e4, Bishop takes e4, then Queen d4 check picks up the Bishop. And we at least get rid of one of those pieces. I mean, that looks really nice to me. Bishop e4, what if they sack the rook? Bishop e4, rook takes g2, king takes g2. Then we've got either queen g5 or bishop takes e4, both are checks. So bishop e4, rook g2, king g2, queen g5. It looks a little scary, I have to admit. But somehow bishop e4, rook g2, king g2, queen g5. Maybe I just go king h1. Is it really that bad? Bishop takes e4 check, f3. Because we're hitting the bishop on d6 and we're also hitting that bishop on e4. It looks decent. And I mean, do we have any choices here? I mean, what if we play a move like g3 in the starting position? It's ugly, but is it playable? Oh, what am I talking about? Bishop e4, rook takes g2, just bishop takes g2. I didn't even see this. God. Bishop e4, rook g2, bishop g2. And if queen g5, then I can always play queen d4 check and queen g4 at the very least. And I'm holding. So yeah, bishop e4 for sure. Yo, Hakeem, what's up?
F3 doesn't work.
Are you gonna play in the Gateway Open on Tuesday? I hope you will. I want some revenge after our last classical game. Yeah, I've entered already, so that's gonna be good.
We can go to h4, h3, sending a lot of pressure here. As well, playing g3 will be very tough because now this long diagonal gets weakened. Blacken again, bring the pieces, go queen f6, aiming for queen f3, again a tough defense. It's much stronger to use tactics in the defense, which we learned in the course. And it's a great result if you found bishop e4 idea. Or exchanging the monster bishop of opponent, because after bishop takes, there is queen d4 check, king a8, queen takes e4. Of course, what is still having little problems, but absolutely uncomparable what was going on previously. Strong bishop is exchanged. Good job if you found it.
Nice. Okay, cool. And let's see this final game then. So this one I actually lost. Yeah, this was to the 2100. I believe it was a Benoni. Yeah, exactly. So this is the graph. That's crazy. Yeah, and I had this completely winning position, but I had like 2 seconds on the clock or something at this moment to convert it. And I failed. But interesting, but I have a draw at this moment as well. So maybe we can actually, I can't, let me turn off this engine and go to this point here. And queen a7 is actually a blunder. So what's the position like? So in this position, queen a7, and black to play. I mean, my first instinct is actually rook e7. What did I play here? Oh, that's what I played. So rook e7 is wrong, and that was my first instinct. So why is this blundering white's advantage? Because white has a huge advantage in this position. How? So this position, according to the graph, is like +4 for white, and in this very move, it's suddenly zeros. This is a draw? How on earth is it a draw? How? Oh, unless get out of town. No way is rook b7. Queen takes, and then some kind of like queen trap. But on rook e7, there's always queen c6, right? I don't think we're trapping the queen. How is this equal? I mean, it must be rook b7, but I don't see it. Rook b7, rook e7, queen c6. I just need to watch out for the time, but I don't miss my chess lesson. Yeah, I have no idea. So queen e7 is equal. What? Okay, this is just the weirdest glitch on. Was there a perpetual? Was there a free fold? My opponent blundered? Oh my god. I could have played queen e7 with a perpetual. I mean, a free fold repetition. Oh my god, my opponent blundered free fold. Maybe I was trying to go for the flag. Maybe that's what it was. Yeah, maybe I was going for the flag, but this was the one where oh no, I must have been thinking of a different game where I choked. This one was the one where I suddenly got a losing position. But oh no, it is this one, because this one was completely lost. And then basically here you can see that I had 20 seconds left, and my opponent just pre-moved this queen g3. And unfortunately, I only had 3 seconds to react here. Or even 2 seconds. Like, I was too slow on this move. I think I just thought it was already lost. Yeah, and with... Did I have lag? I didn't have lag. I was just too slow. Oh, man. But yeah, he played very fast as well. Crazy. This game would have changed my whole event, I think. But yeah, okay, so I missed a free fold repetition, but there was that whole time scramble situation. And I should really analyze what went wrong in the opening. But unfortunately, guys, I think I've run out of time. I have to go teach a chess lesson. I will be going to Amcorp, yes. So see you there if you are going to go, Hakeem. And yeah, let's keep up the training. So thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the short vlog as well. A couple hours ago. And yeah, see you guys on Monday for another chess training stream. Okay, adios.